Go ahead, ma'am.
Good evening, esteemed shareholders, board members, and guests. I am Dharini Kadakia, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer of Rosemark Limited, and it is my honor to welcome you all to the 41st Annual General Meeting of the company, being held today, Monday, 25th August 2025, through video conferencing. In accordance with the applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities Exchange Board of India. Requisite quorum being present, I call the meeting to order. I now request our chairman and independent director, Mr. Uday Damodar Taldarkar, to deliver the welcome address and take the meeting forward.
Good evening and namaskar everyone, dear shareholders. I am Uday Damodar Tardalkar, Independent Director and Chairperson of your company. I am joining this meeting from Mumbai. It is with pleasure that I am addressing all of you today. Dear members, this AGM is being conducted through video conference in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, various circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities Exchange Board of India. We have taken all the efforts to enable the shareholders to participate through video conference and vote at the AGM in a seamless manner. It is with great pride and deep appreciation that I share with you the performance and highlights and strategic progress of Rosemark Limited for the financial year 2024-25. This has been a transformative year for the company, defined by consistent growth, strategic realignment, and a renewed commitment to building an integrated, future-ready business across the events and sports ecosystem. India's economic fundamentals remain strong through FY 2025. The Economic Survey of India 2025 reporting a real GDP growth of 6.4%. The outlook continues to be encouraging with the expected growth in the 6.3 to 6.8 range, bolstered by structural reforms, infrastructure investments, and inclusive development initiatives. These macroeconomic tailwinds provide a stable and fertile ground for the companies like us to create long-term value and scale sustainability. In alignment with the promising external environment, Rosemark Limited focused on consolidating its internal structure to enhance operational efficiency and unlock synergy across its business verticals. During the year, we expanded our portfolio to 11 subsidiaries with a sharper focus on the business to consumer, that is B2C domains of spirituality, events, sports, and fashion. One of the key highlights of the year was found our formal entry into the global fashion space through Moda Orama Ventures Private Limited, and the strategic investment in Emirates Holding FZ LLC. This move not only diversifies our growth avenues, but also signifies our aspiration to become a globally integrated enterprise with capabilities that span geographies and sectors. Looking forward, innovation, value creation, and responsible growth. As we look ahead, we remain firmly committed to our core values of quality, sustainability, and innovation. Our strategic roadmap is centered on creating enduring stakeholders' value while expanding our presence in high potential markets and sectors. We're excited about the opportunities that lie before us and are equally aware of our responsibilities in creating inclusive and sustainable growth. With the continued trust of our shareholders, the dedication of our teams, and support of our partners, we are confident in our ability to shape a resilient and prosperous future. On behalf of the board and the leadership team, I thank you for your unwavering support and belief in the journey of Rosemark Limited. Together, we look forward to a future filled with growth and success. Now, our company secretary, Ms. Dharini Kadakia, shall take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed board members. Dharini, please.
Yes, sir. I would like to convey sincere gratitude to all the board members for their guidance and directions leading the company to growth. Our board of directors present at the meeting are Mr. Uday Damodar Tardarkar is a chairman and independent director attending from Mumbai. Mr. Kirti Chunilal Salva is a managing director attending from Mumbai. Ms. Vaishali Parkar Kumar is the whole-time director and CFO of the company attending from Hyderabad. Mr. Purvesh Krishna Sheletkar is the executive director attending from Mumbai. Mr. Nuruddin Mohammad Sheikh is a whole-time director attending from Mumbai. Mr. Vivek Shankar Palolkar is the executive director attending from Mumbai. Ms. Saroj Srinivas Datar is a woman independent director attending from Pune. Mr. Shekhar Sukumaran Menon is an independent director and also the chairman of the audit committee attending from Mumbai. Mr. Avinash Madhav Sonavne is an independent director attending from Mumbai. Mr. Om Prakash Brijnath Singh is a non-executive director attending from Mumbai. Mr. Abhijit Anil Tipnis is an independent director attending from Pune. Myself, Ms. Dharini Kadakya, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer attending from Mumbai. Also present at the meeting are the scrutinizer for e-voting process and the representative of statutory and secretarial auditors attending through video conferencing. As this meeting is being conducted through video conferencing, I'll brief about the procedure instructions for the meeting. The meeting is being held through video conferencing and facility to join on first come first served basis have been made available to shareholders. All shareholders attending the meeting have been by default placed on the mute mode to avoid any background disturbance and ensure seamless conduct of the meeting. Members can raise questions during the meeting through the chat box facility provided, and the questions raised during the meeting will be suitably responded by putting up on the website of the company post conclusion of the meeting. The shareholders are requested to post their queries in chat box by way of single post instead of multiple post. For any technical assistance, member may contact NSDL on the number mentioned in the notice of AGM. Since physical attendance of member is not required at the meeting, the facility for appointment of proxies by shareholder has not been made available. Accordingly, proxy register is not available for inspection. The registered required to be maintained under the Companies Act 2013 and all documents referred to in notice have been made available for inspection. Members who wish to inspect the same may kindly write to the email address provided in the AGM notice. Further, I would like to take you through some important instructions relating to e-voting. In compliance with the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulations, the company has provided the facility to exercise their right to vote electronically on all resolutions set out in the notice of the AGM through the voting system administered by the NSDL. Remote e-voting commenced on Friday, 22nd August 2025 at 9 a.m. and ended on Sunday, 24th August 2025 at 5 p.m. Pursuant to Section 107 of Companies Act, there will not be any voting on resolutions by show of hands. Members who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting can now cast their vote electronically while the proceedings of the meeting are going on. Members may click on the Insta poll icon to reach the resolution page and vote on the resolutions. The e-voting facility will continue to remain open for 15 minutes after the proceedings of the meeting to enable the members to cast their vote. Shareholders who have cast their vote by remote e-voting prior to the AGM shall not be entitled to cast their vote again. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have already put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of resolutions. The company has appointed Mr. Deepak Rane, Company Secretary in practice, as the scrutinizer for remote e-voting at the AGM. Chairman is duly authorized by the board to acknowledge and countersign the scrutinizer's report and declare the voting results on receipt of scrutinizer report. The voting results will be declared within 2 working days of the conclusion of the meeting, and the same will be intimated to the stock exchange where the shares of the company are listed and uploaded on the website of the company. Chairman sir, request you to please continue.
Thank you, Ms. Dharini. The annual report, first and foremost, the notice of convening the meeting. The annual report of the company for the financial year 2024-25, inter alia, containing notice of 41st annual general meeting was sent electronically to the members of the company in compliance with the MCA and SEBI circulars. With the consent of the members attending the meeting through VC/OVA, the notice convening the meeting is being taken as read. The auditor's report and annexure thereto. Statutory auditor's report on the annual audited financial statement of the company and secretarial auditor's report the financial year ended March 31st, 2025, which already forms the part of the annual report 2024, are being taken as read. Now we come to the question and answer session. The company has received several questions from the shareholders seeking clarification. So I'll take those questions one by one. Of course, due to some time constraint, we may not be address all the questions. Let's go to the first question. First question is, could the board kindly elaborate on the company's projected growth trajectory for the upcoming financial year and share the insights on strategic initiative being undertaken to achieve this growth? I request our Executive Director, Mr. Purvesh Shelatkar, to answer this question, please.
Namaskar. Thank you, Uday sir. Welcome everybody on board. So, as far as this year's growth trajectory is concerned, as you know, and as from time to time we are publishing whatever we are doing through our, BSc announcements as well as newspaper announcements. We have taken a lot of initiatives in terms of sports as well as, a lot of career activities where, we think that these aspiring things are going to govern India's future growth. So we, about 2 months back, did one particular fashion show in Dubai with our, subsidiaries like Moda Orama Ventures, which was led by Sudhir Padiar, and Emirates Holding Dubai, which is basically, under the leadership of Hanif sir. And it was a quite successful venture there. And we plan to do a couple of more ventures like this in the coming financial year. We have been talking to various authorities in Bahrain as well as Saudi Arabia to conduct the similar shows. The board of directors are been informed, and the shareholders would be glad to know that we are conducting this activity with the least of the financial cost to Rosemark, and all of this is basically funded by the sponsorships or external money, so to say. But the credit or the hosting rights or the hosting vision is, of course, of a Rosemark Limited. Recently, we also got a corporate cricket league from Mumbai Cricket Association. And that was basically, if I may say, that it was an acknowledgement of our efforts in creating Navi Mumbai Premier League, which is there for last 3 years. Even this year also, MCA gave us almost 6 months prior only the approval to host Navi Mumbai Premier League 4th season. So corporate cricket league is one which will be the key thing, which will be host between month of probably November and December. 2 months it will take, because depending on how many corporates are registered, and it's conducted strictly under the guidelines from Mumbai Cricket Association. So obviously it has a lot of, restrictions in terms of where, what, who, and all that. But again, here you can see we have issued the form, we have issued the PPT and the presentation mentioning about this. This is basically, targeting towards the corporates which are in and around what is called Bruhan Mumbai. So when I say Bruhan Mumbai, it is like Mumbai, then right up to Nalasopara, Vasai, Virar, Kalamboli here, then New Bombay, Belapur, and all that things. And basically, we are trying to promote the ground level cricketers. But at the same time, here we are also giving a lot of opportunities to the corporates. So if you see, there are about 77 members of Mumbai Cricket Association out of 329 total members who are corporates. So barring those corporate members means what? So for example, ICICI Bank, SBI, HDFC, these companies already have that MCA membership. But let's say SBI Mutual Fund or ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund or Nippon Mutual Fund or ICICI Lombard Insurance, that kind of companies do not have these memberships. So these are the corporates which will be effectively playing for us. So you can imagine the reach, of cricketing field in this particular thing. So that is something which we are looking forward very, very positively in the current financial year, namely NMPL, namely Cricket Corporation League, and namely this fashion show which will be held in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Apart from that, we are also trying and enhancing our business through Emirates Holding in and around Dubai. So we have a lot of things under negotiation, which may not be appropriate, since they are all in the discussion stage to disclose at this juncture. But trust me, we are trying to improvise the revenues through even Emirates Holding, our subsidiary. We are also in talking terms with various different initiatives in the region, like Singapore, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and all that, where, as you all are aware, Rosemark style of function is what? We are basically not, we are only a financial investors, more to say. We don't interfere in business, but we study the business, we understand the potential, and we support the promoter. That is our trajectory. So in this, there are about 15, 16 different growth engines which are right now there. One doesn't know which one will play out. For example, one of our subsidiaries, Outcry Entertainment, basically does exceedingly well in terms of their small events which are hosted by the global giants. But its biggest success is in hosting the 31st December event. I mean, last year, as you may be aware, they hosted that event in Sahara Star Hotel. Typically 5,000 odd people attending. Typically average ticket size of ticket is about 5,000. So you can imagine the revenue and profitability thereby. So these things we are growing over a period, and we hope to grow it because we are basically focusing on the Gen Z kind of model of growth, where Gen Zs are interested. People like me, who all throughout struggled for having a house and then car and then stuff like that. But the next generation, like my daughter and many of you, your sons and daughters are, you all have created houses for them. You have all created already cars for them and maybe a decent bank balance for them. Plus their education is also, funded by you. So their spending habit is different. And we are basically focusing on that. So I hope I have answered this question about where Rosemark will achieve its future growth.
Thank you, Mr. Purvesh Shelatkar. Really, this is exciting and in line with what I quoted in my speech today in terms of the areas where we are focusing as Rosemark. I take the next question now. Coming to the question number 2, the question is, what is the agreed subscription amount for the investment by the Rosemark Limited in the Emirates Holding FZ LLC, and what percentage of the company's post-issued share capital will be the Rosemark Limited hold? I request our CFO and ED, Vaishali Madam, to answer this question, please.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. So, the agreed subscription amount is AED 1 crore 8,69,540, which is equivalent to around 25 crore. In return, the Rosemark Limited will hold 43 shares, representing 30.07% of the Emirates Holding FZ LLC post-issued shares capital, computed on the fully diluted basis. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Vaishali. Come to the next question now. Can you explain company's recent foray into the fashion show segment, including the strategic objectives behind this move and how it aligns with the company's overall business vision? I think most of it is already answered by Mr. Shelatkar. Mr. Purvesh Shelatkar, if you can elaborate further about the fashion show segment.
Yeah. So, sir, fashion show is the most incoming and upcoming thing. Various people told me while getting into this particular thing that fashion show cannot be a profitable venture. Various people tried to do that, but they couldn't do it. But Chairman sir and the whole of the AGM people who are listening to me, that's not the case. We were told even Mumbai Premier League is very costly. They raise 40 crores and still it is in loss making and falana demka. But friends, we managed to do NMPL for last 3 years. Even right now, we are doing corporate leagues. See, if you spend money in getting the biggies, Like, for example, if I try to bring in Virat Kohli's and Rohit Sharma's of the world, then yes, the cricketing event can never be profitable because their cost is very high. I mean, but in case of fashion, we did our first ever launch, which was done by Sudhir Padiyar and his team, Moda Orama Ventures, in the Mumbai Cricket Excellency Award, which was held last year. And friends, I mean, there was amazing response to the whole thing which they did. And you know what? The cost was zero. Even now when we did this in Dubai, there were about 50 odd different models which were taken, if you can see it on internet, because that's everywhere in the Instas and the YouTubes of the world. And you will obviously feel that, this per model, they're such a smart people, something like 5,000 dirhams, which is approximately, if you can take the conversion rate of say 23 or 25, about 1 lakh to 1,25,000 per person. So for 60 people, you must have sent 60 lakhs, but that's not the case. There's something called structuring a deal, which comes in collab. Somebody you are giving an opportunity to walk, so that guy comes free. And we had about 22 huge celebrities, including likes of Madhur Bhandarkars and people, and they all came to us in this collab only. And that's the spirit. That's the thing which Hanif sir, who is our Emirates holding head, or even Sudhir Padiyar, yeah, right? These guys have been in. I mean, Kane Fans, who has been in Big Boss seasons, I don't know how many, 5, 6, 7, but he came to us. In fact, he's one of our shareholders. So we are basically structuring things in such a way, which is what there is a term in economics called optimum. Friends, optimum doesn't mean very high or very low. It means best possible. So the kind of business which we are doing in even fashion is best possible. You'll be surprised looking at our success in Dubai. You can check the names who attended. There are a lot of photographs and everything. I don't want to, bore you with that right now. But let me tell you, even right now in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, what we are negotiating is what we are going to get free. So which means what? So maybe in Saudi Arabia, somebody will offer a hotel stay free to our, say, 100 odd people. Or maybe, we will get some kind of airfare free or airfare subsidized for our staff. That's the kind of thing. And these are all financial things. And friends, Rosemark is typically a financial thing, and that is our expertise. So how to crystal it down to probably a cost zero, and then obviously getting into a profitable venture is what we are looking at. So we look at fashion as something, because you see in Dubai, who attended that show? Why you think they attended? Because everybody is interested in recreation. Business to everybody is doing from a morning probably 10 to evening 6. What after that? And there you need qualitative stuff. If we are able to give that, then we will be able to do huge things. And this particular venture through Emirates Holding and Moda Orama, what we are doing is in the whole of a GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council. So today we are talking about Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia. Tomorrow we will go to Qatar and Kuwait of the world, and I don't know how many GCC countries. And everywhere our endeavor would be, we will enter when we see our cost as nil, negligible, or our sponsors are funded. I hope I'm able to answer your thing about fashion. Please note, I am not bringing in the biggies. I mean, tomorrow, let's say the three superstars of this country, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, or Shah Rukh Khan sir, right? These are all big people, but I know I cannot spend that money for them, so I will not touch them. But there are hundreds of other people who are equally talented, so I will touch them wherever my financial cost is zero, negligible, or manage through some other people sponsoring it. I hope I'm able to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Shelatkar. Keeping in the pace, the tailwinds of our macroeconomic, so the focus, as we find, remain with the spirituality, events, sports, and fashion, the ecosystem, what is coming up. Incidentally, let me just add to what Mr. Shelatkar said, the new sports policy, which was announced just a month back. So we'll be focusing on that, and the maybe other sports we can look to take forward, say kind of a wrestling venture or that kind of a thing. Again, so the focus has been in that direction, I would say. Thank you, Mr. Shelatkar, once again. We go to the next question now. The next question is the question number 4.
Four.
Is there any litigation going on where the company is involved? I request our ED and CFO, Ms. Vaishali Parkar Kumar, to answer this.
There is no litigation, there is no ongoing litigation on Rosemark regarding GST and TDS. Therefore, there is no outstanding and contingent tax liabilities. In respect to income tax, there is an outstanding demand of rupees 2 crore 45 lakh 95,590 rupees, including interest, for which we have already filed an appeal with the CIT. This has already been reported in the internal audit report. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishali ma'am. The next question is, could the board shed light on company's participation or affiliation with MCA Intercorporate League 2025? Explain how these initiatives align with our efforts towards enhancing stakeholder engagement, strengthening brand visibility, and supporting the company's overreaching strategic goals. Mr. Purvesh Sheladkar, if you can brief on
Sir,
this.
I will definitely answer this, but Uday sir, you will be in a more better position to elaborate this. Friends, with permission from Uday sir, let me tell you, Uday sir was captain of Tata Capital and he has won a lot of cricketing awards in the time period between year 2000 to 2012-15. You know, almost 10-15 years he has also played cricket. So our entire cricketing initiative, the credit goes to Uday sir. In fact, in the last Mumbai Cricket Excellency Award also, we celebrated various old cricketers like Umesh Kulkarni sir and everybody, and it was Uday sir's initiative and Uday sir's thrust to make it sure that we actually go to the ground level, good people who played for India and reward them. And as an outcome of that, only this cricketing league which we are right now doing. And luckily, our work is so honest that we are not involving any shady activities, nothing. We don't have any star cricketers with us, but we have those cricketers who are becoming stars. So, for example, in NMPL, we have Ayush Matre, who was actually spotted by none other than the god for many of us is Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, sir. And whom he replaced? Ruturaj Gaikwad. And that too for what? Chennai Premier League. And Ayush Matre, if you go into the Google, you will find this. Ayush Matre himself mentioning because he played NMPL, he got this chance. So that's the beauty which we are trying to create. And, like Tanush Kotian played for Indian team. There are about 45 players who played in NMPL actually got selected in Ranji and they played for Ranji. So what we're trying to create is a solid ecosystem for the ground level people. I mean, the corporate league also, the theme is same. In fact, if with all of your support, if we get, let's say, 100 corporates, just imagine, friends, we will select one person out of every corporate, irrespective of that corporate wins or loses, will be participating for auction. And if it is good, then they get a chance to get selected for the main corporate league team and thereby gets noticed, because who is conducting this? There are about over 100-125 staff of MCA which are involved either in NMPL or even in this, depending on the quantum of people who will participate. And these are the guys who are selectors. These are the guys who actually watch that who can play for India. And if the guy does well, you may get 1 to 5 matches chance. If you score 0, nobody can. But if you score 100, if you bowl well, if you take 5-7 wickets, if you take 3 wickets consistently for 3-4 matches, obviously you'll be getting noticed. So this is a service to take. Our effort is to take it to the grassroots poor people in this country. I am not demeaning any successful cricketers, but I cannot afford them. But I can afford creating new and new Tendulkars, Kohlis, and Rohit Sharmas of the world. And that is my emphasis. That is our focus. That is our honest wish. Uday sir, you can contribute more than me because you are himself a cricketer.
Thank you, Mr. Sheladkar. Let me tell you very humbly, like all of us, we follow cricket. So I also started playing gully cricket, obviously, and didn't get much chance to represent in the college days. But in the corporate world, yes, played for UTI and Tatas, and just what you can say, an ordinary cricket enthusiast who takes interest in the cricket activities. And of course, at the backdrop of NMPL, we are getting this opportunity to hold this intercorporated league. Of course, there'll be some 250 odd the players who will go for auction, and the same pattern of any IPL tournament which happens with 8 teams. And again, there is a lot of scope for those who didn't get chance to go to the next level. That is one thing. One thing I like to add here, like there are 77 teams which are recognized by MCA. Now, in this regard, we have seen like the likes of say SBI or even Tata's. Tata's have 100 and more than 100 companies, but every company doesn't go to the level of playing in the Kanga League or the Time Shield. But there are companies who don't go to that level. So these companies can come forward, register themselves, and their employees can get an opportunity. And this is the main purpose, that those who are not represented in these big tournaments only are eligible to participate in the intercorporate. That's the beauty. So those who have been left out, you can say, or maybe because of the corporate structure and the pressures, they are not able to provide time. So this will be an opportunity, and we are really excited to look forward in terms of holding this corporate league. And the very fact that the Rosemark could continuously hold NMPL for successive years. That's the reason we got this, and we are hopeful to make this also successful. So thank you. Go to the next question now. The next question is, what is the CapEx program for next 2 years? Secondly, what would be the more opportunities for development of business?
Okay, sir, I think you have missed number
Okay,
question.
sorry. One another question. Please elaborate the company's involvement with NMPL and how this association aligns with our strategic goals in terms of brand visibility, community engagement, and support for local sports talent. Yeah, Mr. Purvesh, please.
Yeah, so this NMPL, when we took this, nobody was bothered about Navi Mumbai Premier League. Friends, at the cost of repeating, you may be aware, but still at the cost of repeating, Navi Mumbai Premier League is a part of Mumbai Cricket Association. Mumbai Cricket Association conducts various things, but there are only 3 leagues which they have allowed. One, Mumbai Premier League. Second, Navi Mumbai Premier League. And third one, they have recently allowed to us is Corporate League. There are maybe 100 odd different tournaments which Mumbai Cricket is hosting, like the Kanga Leagues of the world and, all that. But where we are focusing on is to go to ground level, help those respective cricketers who are at the ground level to, get a chance. Friends, in NMPL, when there are about 8 teams which are selected through auction, like last year's auction happened on Mumbai Cricket Association's ground at BKC. There were about 50 odd observers from Mumbai Cricket Association, and there were some 10-15 different, authorities who were watching our conduct of the auction. And thereby, through that auction process, actually the good players got selected and they got opportunity to play. Shah Alam Sheikh sir, who is the owner of Majgaon Cricket Club, is the one who has supported us in our endeavor, and we have the financial strength to create the equity for this, and that is where this whole venture has been very, very successful. Shah Alam sir is a person who has selected ground level people. If you see his entire career graph coming from a very humble, poor background to reaching somebody who can create cricketers is not joke. Friends, 45 of our 200 people who got auctioned in NMPL played for Ranji. You can imagine the seriousness, friends. And for getting to play in Navi Mumbai Premier League, it's not a difficult task at all. You have to be registered with Mumbai Cricket Association. You have to be resident of the places like, Thana or Vasai or Bhainder or, you know, Nalasopara or Koparkhaine or Belapur, which is outskirts of Mumbai. Outskirts of Mumbai means Mulund ke aage. Outskirts of Mumbai means tumhara kya Borivali ke aage. Things like that. And it's this easy. And those people are not getting an opportunity. I mean, I am sure you all have read about Rohit Sharma sir traveling 2 hours to reach Wankhede and all that for playing his this thing. So we are actually doing things for them with the help of and flagship of and leadership of Shah Alam Sheikh sir. It's something which is happening at the ground level. We are very proud and happy because our people are getting selected. Some 8 people out of our those 200 people got selected for IPL. And IPL means paisa milta hai dosto. I mean, they get opportunity to earn money, and even like Ayush Matre, there was no age barrier. I mean, a 16, 17-year-old guy, 14-year-old guy playing for Chennai Super Kings. How you think Dhoni sir would have recognized him or got him or would have realized that he has a potential without he watching him play? And that is the credit of NMP. हम कोई शोषा नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are not into any big gaming. Yes, we have DD Sports, we have Euro Sports, we have Dream 11. Of course, now it's a bad name, but they are the ones who were telecasting this. They are the ones who are telecasting them. DD Sports is a telecast nationwide. Euro Sports, your name is going to Europe. I mean, many of my friends called me from Europe saying that, "Arey, tera NMPL idhar London mein dikh raha hai," and all that kind of thing. So, that is a power of cricket. That is a power of telecast. That is a power of, what we are trying to create. And friends, again, we are not incurring any extravagant cost. That's why you will not find any celebrity cricketer with us. You have celebrity coaches with us simply because they also want to choose the right players. And that is greatness of this country, that people, when it comes to choosing, they don't want to lose an opportunity. So NMPL is something which will continue to flourish in terms of making good attempts to create future Tendulkars, Kohlis, and Rohit Sharmas of the world for Indian cricket. Coming from I'm not saying poor, but ground or the background where you are not noticed. Our job is to make people notice where they are not noticeable. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just to add to that, as Mr. Shelatkar said, like in the NMPL, we have seen the coach of Mr. Rohit Sharma, Mr. Lad coming there, and one of the doyen of the Mumbai cricket fraternity, coach Mr. Vilas Godbole coming up, who has, I think, gone through the 3 generations of cricket fraternity, and that's kind of interest that gets generated. And even in the just to add to that, we had interviewed Mr. Shah Alam and his other director on DD, where it was elaborated exactly in this matter that those people, the players who find it very difficult to mingle once they get selected, this NMPL is a springboard for them to get really groomed and go forward. So that's the advantage what we have in NMPL, and we'll continue to support this event. Thank you, Mr. Shelatkar. We go to the next question now. Question number 7, which is, what is the CapEx program for next 2 years? Secondly, what would be more opportunities for the development of business?
So CapEx, there is no per se any CapEx which Rosemark has in mind, because we are not a capital expenditure company at all. We basically first identify right kind of opportunities in whichever field which we think that is going to grow, is going to give us revenue opportunities, and is going to make our shareholder value enhance. So there is nothing called CapEx per se. However, nowadays, if you see all the things like the Dubai Fashion Show or even the Corporate League, even this 31st event and all that, these are not events which require any money from our side actually, because we are structuring it that way. We are able to bring in the sponsors, we are able to bring in the attention, we are able to bring in the people to support it, by sale of teams or sponsorships and things like that. At the same time, friends, we are always and constantly looking for opportunities. We are looking for those companies for whom it is very difficult to raise money on their own, but they are doing good job. The promoter is passionate. The business is having a lot of potential. Revenue generation is possible. And that is the region where we are basically betting. Once we have clarity on those things, then only we try and raise money either through internal resources or some kind of preference, whatever that suits at that point of time, depending on the quantum required. Our costs are very well controlled and are in limits. Our board of directors are, you can see their name who are present here also, are all super smart people in their respective fields. They also bring in a lot of opportunities to us. We keep on evaluating the committee of board, the board. We keep on discussing at every regular intervals. And unless and until we find that, okay, this particular thing can make sense, we are not, proceeding with that. So there is no per se capex as such, which is there in our mind. But as I told you, if we get something good, then obviously, there we will be open to raising money or deploying money or things like that. Or we will be looking for the sources to raise that. So there's nothing, no specific figure I can give you as a capex. But next 2 years, if I may say, if you have seen last year, I told you in AGM that in the first AGM, I told you that my endeavor would be to pay dividend, right? In the last AGM, I said to improvise on that dividend. So again, I will make the statement that every year I will like to improve my performance from the previous year. So, we had grown, when we have grown our dividend by 20%, maybe next year we can try to grow 20, 40, 50, whatever percent possible, because the shareholders must get back what they have worked on, or they are working with. And that is the only way I can reward you guys. Creation of value is through share price, but share price is highly volatile, depends on a lot of factors which are governed by the regulator, their thoughts about us and things like that. But dividend is something which I can definitely work, because that is work of our efforts. But the expansion of our whole business is something which we can work, because that is our own efforts. Our sales, our revenue, our profitability growth is definitely enough. I hope I'm able to give that view, vision, and thought.
Thank you, Mr. Shelatkar. So, as you rightly said, our wide range of board members actually provide a lot of guidance and support to our subsidiaries, through which we actually grow. So that's the motto that we'll definitely follow. The shareholders who need any clarifications, they're requested to post their queries in the chat box by way of a single post. So this is a request from my side. Now, there are a set of resolutions included in the notice of the AGM and was put to vote. These comprise resolutions pertaining to both ordinary business as well as special business. So I'll read out one by one. The first resolution is an ordinary resolution to receive and consider and adopt the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31, 2025, together with the reports of the auditors thereon, and the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025, together with the reports of the board of directors and the auditors thereon. The next is second resolution. Second is also an ordinary resolution to declare the final dividend of rupees 0.12 per equity share of the face value of rupees 10 each, that is 1.2% of the face value for the financial year ended March 31, 2025. The third resolution is an ordinary resolution to reappoint Ms. Vaishali Parkar Kumar, DIN number 091599108, full-time director and CFO, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers herself for reappointment. The fourth resolution is an ordinary resolution to reappoint Mr. Vivek Shankar Parulkar, DIN number 100064277, Executive Director, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. The fifth resolution is a special resolution to consider and approve the regularization of Mr. Abhijit Anil Tipnis, DIN 095666680, from additional independent director to independent director. The objective and implications of the resolutions have been set out in the notice and explanatory statement, which are self-explanatory. The same are not being repeated in the interest of brevity. The sixth resolution is a special resolution to appoint secretarial auditor for 5 financial years financial year 2025-26 to financial year 2029-30. The objective and implication of the resolutions have been set out in the notice and explanatory statement, which are self-explanatory, hence the same are not being repeated in the interest of brevity. The seventh resolution is a special resolution to approve the issue of equity shares of preference basis to the non-promoters. The objective and implications of the resolutions have been set out in the notice and explanatory statement, which are self-explanatory. Hence, the same are not being repeated in the interest of brevity. The eighth resolution is a special resolution to approve issue of warrants convertible into equity shares of the company on preferential basis. The objective and implications of the resolutions have been set out in the notice and explanatory statement, which are self-explanatory. Hence, the same are not being repeated in the interest of brevity. Shareholders who attend, who need any clarifications on any business item mentioned in the notice of the AGM may contact the company secretary and registered email address. This is a request from my side. Now we come to the closing remarks. So on behalf of the board of directors and management team, I extend my sincere gratitude to all our esteemed shareholders for taking the time to join us today and for your continued trust and support in Rosemark Limited. We remain committed to delivering sustainable growth and long-term value to all our shareholders. With that, I hereby conclude the proceeding of the 41st Annual General Meeting of the company. Thank you, all of you. I request Ms. Dharini Kadake, our company secretary, to take over.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. As informed earlier, the facility for e-voting on resolutions as set out in the notice of 41st Annual General Meeting shall continue to remain open for next 15 minutes. Members who have not yet cast their vote are requested to do so at the earliest using the e-voting platform provided by NSDL. The results of voting along with scrutinizer report will be announced within 2 working days and will be communicated to stock exchange and uploaded on the company's website accordingly. So thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Namaskar.